Hello everyone, have you spent some quality time with your grandparents lately? I would like to remember my grandfather, Glenn Sapp, by honoring him today. My grandfather grew up during the Great Depression era of the 1930s. My grandfather was born in Cottondale, Florida in 1924, and he enlisted into the Air Force at the ripe old age of 18. He fought in World War II, and after World War II, he actually left the Army and went into the Air Force, and then he was able to serve in the Korean War, as well as the Vietnam conflict in its early days. My grandfather's civilian career after the military included stints of work at a local sawmill in which he was actually able to get some of the lumber from that sawmill to build my grandparents' first house. He also worked in a boat factory building fiberglass boats that he decided was probably not the path he wanted to take. So he ended up at a place called Sunland in Marianna, Florida, that is I guess a center for trying to rehabilitate special needs children who were mentally incapable, and had some pretty bad eggs there that they had to deal with. But through his time there, he was always there on time. He never missed days, and he was just a good all-around employee based off of his service records. I don't know a lot of details about my grandfather's military career because he didn't really touch on that much when I would ask him questions about it. I guess because it probably brought up some terrible memories of those times. But I was able to actually live out some great moments with him and my grandmother. When I was a young child, I would go over there during the weekends and during summer for a week at summer vacation. And tell you what, he was a godly man. He loved God. He loved church. He loved his church. He was a servant in that church, and he taught me at a very young age to kneel by the couch and say prayers every night for extended periods of time, and to just be a godly person to everyone you come in contact with. So I do remember that as a very vivid part of my childhood. We also went fishing quite a bit. He loved to fish. He was good at it, and he got me hooked on it. Man, I loved it, and there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't want to go fishing with him. And I still wish I could go fishing with him. My family and friends probably would have some of the same memories of him if you were to ask them today what they thought of Glenn Sapp. Conclusion, my grandfather was a role model as I was growing up, and because he was a wonderful and honest person to me and to everyone he came in contact with. I remember him by attempting to give him honor through this speech. And I hope that I've clearly touched on a few points of a great man's life and career as a serviceman to his country, his family, and community, and a godly man who loved his grandchildren and the outdoors. If you have any grandparents still alive, I encourage you to spend as much time as you can with them each and every day, because you cannot get those memories, you cannot get those times back. My grandfather impacted my life by setting an example of consistency that I strive to follow every day. Thank you.